Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin, with that report there, well, your help for him, if you do have, is welcome. And former President John Ajakum Kufuor is urging authorities to clamp down on activities of fraudulent traditional priests using the media to propagate a get-rich-quick message. His comments come on the back of the alleged killing of a 10-year-old boy by two teenagers at Kasoa for money rituals. Maxwell Agbapa is joining me from Kasoa with updates. Hello, Maxwell. Maxwell, run us through.
Yeah, hello,
run us through the very latest as you have it.
Okay, so I'm currently here at the residence of the deceased. We've had police officers from the national level and the division also here. There's a meeting ongoing between the family and the police officers. We are getting information also that the top brass from the central region is also heading here, so we're waiting for them to also arrive here. But we have here with us the Municipal Chief Executive for Ewutu Senya East, Michael Mensah. He's here and he will be joining us shortly. There's a clarification to make though. MC, I want you to make that clarification for us. This is the Gasout. This is Gasout, right?
Yes.
And you are the MC for Ewutu Senya East.
And for that matter, Kasoa.
And for that matter, Kasoa. Yes. But you have some concerns about how.
Yes, I want to thank you. I am not here just to set the record straight, because this is an issue that concerns human life, and we are all touched by it. But the issue here is that there's a jurisdictional confusion when it comes to district administration. This particular locality or location is Gasout. It is not part of Ewutu Senya East, and for that matter, it's not part of Kasoa as a jurisdiction. And so, because our name, Kasoa, has been associated with the crime, and we have received a lot of bashing in the media space, and it's as if everybody is concerned about Kasoa. I thought it was on grounds of compassion to come and say hi to the family and console them, and I also informed my regional minister to also come with me. And then from there, we can set the record straight. Some of these things are giving Kasoa a very bad publicity. That is not to say that some of these crimes are cross-jurisdictional crimes, or if you like, cross-boundary crimes.
And you're experiencing some kind of a spillover of what is happening in Gasout coming into Ewutu Senya.
It's because Ewutu Senya East, and for that matter, Kasoa, has gained notoriety in the past. So even albeit our hard work to stem the levels of crime, if it happens somewhere, we are still associated with it. And so I am here to also set that record straight, and also to offer my support to my brother in Gasout, so that whatever we need to do to ensure that we bring the brains. Because if you look at the children, those who perpetrated the crime, these are people who are over the age of criminal liability. That is 12 years, they're over that. But then to be able to form that kind of menstrual at that level, I really do not think that these children of that age will be able to form that serious menstrual. And so I'm also here to offer my support. And then because when the incident happened, they reported at a police station within my jurisdiction. And so when the divisional commander called me, and he was like, hey, we have had these people from here, and that there's a need for us to send the suspects to the appropriate police. I told them no, because of the tension. If they were to transfer them to Amman from perhaps they will be lynched. And so once they were in Kasoa, they should detain them, and then. But police has no boundaries, so police can continue its work.
You are the head of music.
Yes, in the municipal, not this area.
Okay, yeah. So we've talked about the spillover.
Yes.
Tell me, what really is the problem? Some of the people I've been interacted with here tell me that it's because of the influx of people they describe as foreigners here. What really is the problem?
Kasoa, I would say, is an epitome of West Africa. We have people, it's so cosmopolitan. Every tribe in West Africa has some people, in Kasoa. And then also, we have even people beyond West Africa. That is not to say that a crime like this nature should be attributed to the fact that the area is cosmopolitan. I strongly believe that this recent spate of rituals that are aired on TV and so on. It gives some kind of encouragement to the youth to develop the habit of get rich quick, irrespective of the means to even get there. However, I also believe that the children and the kind of crime they have committed, there should be somebody behind. And that is where I would want to offer my support to my brother in this jurisdiction so that we can look at that angle. Yes.
Okay. So here in Coca-Cola, for instance, you interact with people, you interact with young people, many of them unemployed, but they're really sometimes exposed to the lavish lifestyle of their friends and their colleagues. So for young people who are unemployed, for instance, so not just the influx of foreigners, but sometimes also unemployment can also lead young people to get into some of these things, frustrations with life and all of that. How do we hope to deal with these things?
Yes, you see, I must say that we cannot say there's not that factor of unemployment. There's also the issue of underemployment and so on and so forth. However, government is doing its best, and that is why there's also an encouragement for individuals to also, team up with government to employ people. We must also look at it from this angle that this age-old notion that you must be employed, a white-collar job, and so on, is also some of the things that are affecting us. We have also lost our religious values as family, because unemployment cannot be the sole explanation to commit such a heinous crime. You understand the point?
Exposure to fraudulent traditional priests and spiritualists.
Yes.
And we see quite a number of them actually advertising within your jurisdiction as well. When you drive down the streets, you see their notice boards and all of that. What is MUSEC doing about this?
No, if you pass through Kasoa, you wouldn't see that ritual things around. Usually they are located at outskirts of urbanized areas. Exactly. I am in a one-town municipality. I don't have villages where you find them. However, they advertise on mass media, and these children see. And this is something that the National Communication Authority must stamp its feet on, because we cannot get loose of our traditions and allow people to come and sit on. Some of them, they even chime money on live television, and they leave their numbers. And these students have access to mobile phones, so they're able to contact them, and then they do their own transactions.
Is that to say that you don't have some of them advertising on the streets in your jurisdiction?
No.
On electric poles and all of that?
No, okay, well, I can't say that on authority, but not to my attention.
Not to your attention?
Yes.
Okay. But I mean, assuming without admitting that that is the case, what is MUSEC going to do about it?
Of course, MUSEC at my level, we've been meeting. We've been looking at the dynamics. That is why if you have seen that the situation in Kasoa has gone down a lot, because of the way we've been trying to pragmatically put in place things as things, situations evolve. So with this new development, there will be another way to also tackle it, and then it will be discussed at MUSEC and the necessary steps taken.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks so much for talking to us.
Can just jump in before you let him go. Maxwell, can you hear me? If I can just jump in, a question to the MCE before you go, because the signpost of ritualist or spiritualist or herbalist advertising is a well-known story. It's for real. Is he saying this is not happening in Kasoa?
Well, he is denying that. Yeah, he says in the Owutu Senya East that is not the case within his jurisdiction. He says if that is the case, it has not come to his attention. In fact, he was very emphatic that is not the case of people.
We'll follow that up, Maxwell. We'll follow that up.
And he talked about it happening within the outskirts. Exactly. And that's why we are here. So right from here, we'll take a drive through town, and we'll find out if truly what the MC is telling us is the case. But ongoing right now, it's the meeting that I talked to you about earlier. So you can see the police officers in the meeting, family members of the deceased. They have been in that meeting for about an hour now. We're waiting for them to come out and give us an update on what the meeting has been about. We also hear that the regional minister, this information we're picking up, that the regional minister and the officers from the regional level are also coming here to see the family. But we've been interacting with people who live in this community. We've been finding out from them who the two suspects are, and they seem to be I mean, a lot of them seem to have some very uncomplimentary things to say about the two suspects. They tell us that one of the suspects is actually in SHS1. We are told that he was part of the first batch of people who reported to school just some days ago. So he's in SHS1. We are told that the other suspect also is in class 6. So far, that is the information that we are picking up. But many of the people we've been interacting with here are not forthcoming with information for fear of being implicated or being invited to help with investigations. Over to you, Gifty.
Very interesting part of that story being shared today. Maxwell, we'll come back to you on pause at 3 p.m. for more on this. Maxwell Agbagba there in Kasoa, where this 10-year-old boy has been killed. You're still watching Joy News Today. We'll take a very quick break. When I return, there's business news. Do stay with us.